Oh, you got real far away there at the end.
Yeah.
Hey, for fighting games it's the holiday season. I mean, come on, like who's gonna be like, yo, look at my fighting game on December 27th?
Actually, there was a reveal for an indie fighting game.
Really?
Two, actually, but the one that I'm looking at right now is called Saturday Battle Manga.
Okay, this is a good time to reveal your indies, because you go on Reddit and on Christmas Day, you go like, hey, everybody, for Christmas, would you mind to look at my game, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough on that.
So yeah, they got revealed. I watched the trailer. The game looked fine enough. None of the character designs grabbed me personally. But otherwise, it looked like, what you expect.
Yes.
The other game that got revealed, yeah?
I think we all have a rough idea of what a lot of these indie fighting games look like, which is we are aiming for a really gorgeous art style. Gameplay-wise,
Third Strike was simplified.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's probably Third Strike.
Which is really funny, because there actually is a spiritual successor to Third Strike on Steam, called Yatagarasu. It's by the OG, battle designer guy, I think.
Right, I believe that you told me about this before.
Maybe. But what you need to know about Yatagarasu is that they made it, like, it's a doujin game. It's like the indiest indie that Japan can get you, I guess. And yeah, so the main thing about Yatagarasu, from what I understand, is that it's like Horrordrome, or Terrordrome, rather. So, like, you buy the game, and it pops up this, like, newest Windows 7 system, and it comes with Joy 2 Key to make it so it recognizes controllers and shit like that. So,
boy, when the game itself brings up Joy 2 Key, that's always a little,
Yeah. And, like, the game looks good. The characters are fine-ish from what I heard. The gameplay is actually pretty good if you get the game and, put the time in. But also, they said that there would be rollback netcode, and that never came. So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other fighting game that got revealed recently is Sega versus Capcom, on an official thing that some fans are making.
Sega versus Capcom. Okay, I've seen a good bit of talk around this. Is this the one that's already got quite a substantial amount of progress on it?
I don't know. I saw the reveal trailer. It was 4 characters. It was 3D models. It looked like jankier Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which there's worse thing to look like, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Like, as long as you're not like, hey, jankier Pit Fighter. Like, you should be okay.
Oh. Yeah. If memory serves, the last time I saw Sega versus Capcom, they had a couple weird roster picks. Because, like, obviously, you're gonna have Sonic on the Sega side.
Well, so far you don't. At least the reveal trailer showed off 4 characters. The Sega side was the main character from Skies of Arcadia, I think. And I forget who else. And then the Capcom side was Ryu and Morrigan. And that's it.
Okay, so then I actually... Wait, hang on. Are you seeing the same Sega versus Capcom I am?
Maybe? I don't know.
Because I just brought up a video that got uploaded 5 days ago. And, hang on. Yeah, I just brought up a video of it that got uploaded like 4 or 5 days ago, and it starts with Sonic versus Mega Man.
Sega vs. Capcom The Next Level. That's the one
That's also what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay, yeah, the teaser that I saw didn't have Mega Man in it, definitely, I don't think. Oh, wait, did it? Fucking hell. I don't remember. It didn't have bots in it.
The video over Steam.
All right.
Here you go. I shot it to you over Steam. So is this the same video?
Probably not the same video, but probably the same game.
Because this is definitely Sonic I'm looking at here, and he's doing the hype compos. Yeah, we got Skies of Arcadia Man here. And that is a very Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ryu. Holy hell.
I mean, this entire game is very Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
I don't remember if you were more fond of Tatsunoko versus
No.
Capcom than I did, but I remember Tatsunoko versus Capcom looking a lot worse than this.
And I'd say it's like roughly the same like art style wise. You know, with an adjustment
art
to
style wise, yes.
Yeah. Gameplay wise, this looks a bit jankier. Like there's less frames of animation, which like, you know, I don't know how big their team is. Probably understandable.
I mean, obviously, yeah, the animation is definitely jankier, but I mean, Tatsunoko versus Capcom had to be on the Wii, right? So it was an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But I think that what they've been able to do as an indie team with the PC has resulted in a better look than what Tatsunoko versus Capcom was able to achieve on the Wii.
I'd say it's comparable, personally. But, you know.
I just found Tatsunoko versus Capcom dog ugly, and I didn't think the gameplay was very good. So, you know.
I mean, I agree with both points. I just like for this game, I don't particularly like the art style, but like I think like just judging by the stages and shit, I think they're going for Tatsunoko versus Capcom thing. So like, you know, more power to them. I'm just not the internet audience, you know.
Yeah, and it's worth noting with Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I don't know what your stance is on Tatsunoko. I have never taken the dive on Tatsunoko media, and I probably never will. So that's like half of that roster for me was like, there was like one character on the Tatsunoko side I could recognize. And the rest of the Tatsunoko side of the roster for me was just a complete dud. And that's always going to taint one's opinions of a fighting game. For half the roster to be a dud.
Yeah, for
cough,
me,
Blaze Blue, cough.
But for me, the whole thing with Tatsunoko, like I don't know Tatsunoko. I know Tatsunoko stuff from watching videos about the game and people going, here's the context behind this character. And I go, okay, cool, I'll never watch this. not the video itself. I mean, I will never watch the actual like origin media. But
I'm also not going to watch your YouTube video.
But yeah, like the thing for me with Tatsunoko versus Capcom is that like literally for like I genuinely don't think I have a guy on that roster at all. Maybe Zero. I think he's on the roster. So like,
yeah, Zero's on that roster.
Okay, then technically I suppose Zero, and that's it. That's my guy in this team-based fighter.
Like, you know what? I do appreciate that they decided on either side of the roster to have a fucking Galactus-sized fighter who is just both members of your team. I will respect that. But, like, I was about to say, like, okay, well, my team is Frank West and the big, stupid golden block guy from Tatsunoko. But then I had to stop and go, no, wait, you can't pick that team because you can't team anybody with a golden block guy.
Yep.
So my team is Frank and, Alex is in that game. I'll take Alex.
Yeah. Like, you have guys, you have all of the guys.
Like playing Alex.
You have all of the guys in that. You have Frank West, you have Alex, you have Batsu. You have the fucking mech from the Lost Planet.
Lost Planet.
Yeah.
You know, I like Batsu, but Batsu is not even close to my number fucking 10 pick out of the Rival Schools roster. Is he anyone's?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably is. But there's so much more interesting characters out of that roster.
I mean, just look at who the Rival Schools rep was for Street Fighter V. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Akira has a big fan base. There are a lot of people going, yo! But I'm still like, all right, bring me the stupid guy in a Speedo. that is swim combating.
Eh. Then again, I also what like bounced off for rival schools because I don't like the roster. So
Yep. It's understandable because it is a pretty bland roster of just regular Japanese teenagers and teachers. I honestly, when I look at it, I go, I probably would like the Melty Blood roster better if it had a better art style.
I honestly, like thinking about it, I'm not sure that is true for me. Because
I don't think it would be, because I think that regardless of whether the art style is pretty or ugly, I think that you're just more so about individually distinctive characters. But that specific visual novel style art design, who are the guys that made like the original porn novels that Melty Blood is based off of?
Type Moon, I think. Or no,
yeah,
Type Moon is a series. Type Moon is a series. I don't know who the fuck makes it. Whatever.
All right, we'll just go with that. The Type Moon Fate type shit. That art style, I spit upon it.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't really have anything to add. Like, there's I don't mind visual novels, but also like, yes, the character design for like the outfit design, the actual aesthetical design of the characters for Melty is bland. And I mean, sort of on purpose because visual novel, but also like, okay, I can't really work with this personally. Like, genuinely, I think that's part of the reason why I love Woman so much. Because she literally is just in a white shirt and jeans, and like it circles around where, like, she's so casual that her throwing out lasers is great. I love it.
See, the thing is, I look at her and I'm like, okay, we got in this cast, we got the woman who is dressed like a regular everyday woman, but she's like, a bit older than the rest of the cast, and she's casually cool, doesn't put shit over, what a badass, hit you with one move and boom, that did so much damage. And I'm looking at her and I'm going, yeah, this was cool when French Bread did this
later, yeah.
in the other games as Yuzuraha.
I recently saw like an interview, I think, or some like dev documents were released or something like that with the lead designer for Uni, and he said that Yuzuriha became a character because he looked through the roster and went, none of these characters are sexy, so I'm gonna make a sexy character. And then he made it the most like modest fucking sex sub character that he could, which is great. I love that.
Well, for one thing, it's like Hilda is here, man. Granted, she's not playable, but Hilda is here.
No, she's playable, but she came later.
Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. I meant for the initial entry, but nonetheless, I love this theory that he has presented that Yuzuraha is the sin eater of the roster, but instead of eating sin, she just eats fan service.
Yeah.
Give your fan service onto me, and I shall take it on. I shall take on your burdens so that you do not have to.
Yeah. Like, eventually, once French Bread is just bought out by Orxis, then they will do a storyline where it turns out that Yuzuriha still sticks around and she just becomes Baiken.
Oh, hell. Yeah, and Ren becomes, I don't know,
Ren's a gear.
Well, I'm gonna try and figure. The issue is because I got so little sleep, I can't think of Milia. I couldn't think of Milia Rage's name. I was going to make a fucked up joke of like, oh, Rin becomes Milia Rage because haha, they're both yellow and they're both rushdown characters, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And from there, I was going to go, and Hide becomes a horribly abusive boyfriend named Zato.
Yeah. Hyde becomes new Yuna Rukami from Persona 4.
I've had a bad revelation in the last few minutes, which is that Melty Blood and Uni, I look at it as having a similar relationship to Guildsgear and BlazBlue, Where Blaze Blue, it's like half the cast. I'm like, hey, you're cool. The other half, you suck ass. But the other half, you're cool. I would really like for Guilty Gear to just absorb you into itself, right?
Yeah.
I want Guilty Gear to take, I want to take Bang, and I want to take, Carl Clover, and I want to take Bullet, and, maybe Tager. Maybe we can fit him in. Like, but fuck the Trinity or Platinum or whatever. Fuck the 13 numbers. Fuck Noel. Fuck Ragna. Fuck Jin. Yada yada yada. I am now realizing I have the same feelings towards Uni and Melty Blood. Of like, I'm looking at the maids. I'm looking at Woman. I'm looking at Blackula. No, wait, no, hang on. No, that's Byakuya. Byakuya is in Uni. I'm thinking of Alucard. Yeah.
You're thinking of Roa. Or not Roa. Fucking, what's his name? Chaos.
The guy who looks like Alucard.
Joel Vinesauce? Or the other one?
No, the one that's the big evil man. And he's got the big stupid cape.
Yeah, I know the guy. He looks like an
old school vampire. He looks like Alucard from Symphony.
I don't remember his name.
I don't either, but he's cool. He can stay. Joel from Vinesauce can stay. Nerf from Chaos can stay. The tiny gremlin bastards can stay. If I didn't already mention the maids, they can stay. Other than that, torture us with that roster.
Yeah.
Arcade and all of her clones, they can go. Shiki and all of his clones, they can go.
Neko Arcade becomes the only arcade.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is a stupid pull. But you remember the part of Mortal Kombat 11 where D'Vorah fucking murders Scorpion?
No, but sure.
And shitty non-character development version of Scorpion has to watch and be at the side of his much more interesting, more developed self that after he got murdered by D'Vorah. And his much more developed self has to tell him, like, you have to be the last Scorpion now, go on.
Yeah.
Joel Vinesauce murders main Arcade. And Nico Arc is just shimmying up to her as she's bleeding out. Like she's doing the little waggle thing she does sometimes, right? Arcade is just like, you have to go on. You are the last Arcade for all of us. Blech. And Nico Arc just continues to shimmy and then does some stupid cartoon shit. Like a React panel pops up of her in the bottom right, like she's one of those Japanese game show things. You know how Japanese game shows will always have like random people just reacting to shit? Yeah. Like Nico Arc has herself reacting in the bottom right corner. And she's just like doing the Grant Gust. She's doing like the Grant Gustin posing in front of Green Arrow's grave and doing the peace sign.
Yeah.
Oh, to herself.
Yeah.
Oh. And the great thing is with Arxis is that cross-tag battle, if it didn't suck, kind of would be doing what I'm saying here. Of like, fuck half the Melty roster, just keep the uni guys. But cross-tag sucked!
Yeah.
You know what? I've had a thought of something that would simultaneously be great and also terrible. What if we get one more Guilty Gear game that is in the pacing and style of XX and Exard, and another X game, but it's not Guilty Gear X, it's Guilty Gear Cross Blaze Blue?
That could be fine.
That could be fun. At the same, like it's simultaneously like, oh, that what a blessed thought, because then we'd actually get another Guilty Gear in the style of X. On the other hand, Curse Thought is like, oh, half the roster space has to go to Blaze Blue.
I mean, the thing with that,
it's not going to be Blaze Blue's winners.
Yeah. The thing with that is that like their crossover stuff, and just otherwise the smaller things that they do are usually simplified. So it would not be Guilty Gear gameplay. It would be Persona 4 Arena gameplay.
Like, well, shit, Persona 4 Arena is more advanced than what they do today.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, even the best case scenario is Persona 4 Arena, which isn't Guilty Gear, but it is, a lot more interesting and whatchamacallit, complicated than whatever the fuck is happening now. Whatever's been happening for the past 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to know. I did load up Strive on some memes. I was not planning on playing Strive today, but for whenever next time we play Strive, there may be some bullshit going on.
Yeah.
I did bake it a little bit. Anyways.
All right. So
yes.
Anyway, yes, back to the news, I guess.
We got shit planned for today.
But actually, we should probably talk about the Strive 2.0. Well, what we know.
My memory is looking over the blog. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about, except that they have confirmed that the focus is going to be on let's nerf the whole cast and let's make the game simpler.
Yes.
Which I guess in hindsight, I'm confused about this because when they announced 2.0, I was like, oh, okay, this is for all to get all the pros back in. Here's more stuff to play with, right? Because every fighting game that gets mega popular will, in 3 or 4 years, tone down in mega popularity as a general rule. Because, I mean, this goes beyond fighting games. Any game that is not like League of Legends or Fortnite is going to tone down in popularity in 3 or 4 years. Because people get in, they play their couple hours, and they're like, okay, I'll buy the sequel in 6 years.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, okay, this is to get people back in who kind of drop the game and switch to Street Fighter or Tekken 8. And we're going to add some shit to do. So initially, I was rather shocked that they're like, so we're going to introduce an update that cuts down on depth and gameplay. But it occurs to me now, probably what it is they're probably going to be wanting to push the idea, did you get out of Guilty Gear Strive because all these sweat lords pushed you out? Don't worry, we're going to be running them off.
See, I'm not surprised by 2.0 just being less of the same or whatever, less of the more.
I can't wait for them to release Guilty Gear fucking 6 or whatever it's supposed to be, and it's just a box of nothing.
Yeah. Like I told you, Strive is not going anywhere. Strive is gonna get updated. Strive 5.0 will be a softcore port image of Bridget and nothing else.
It's just a PNG.
Yes. The game will be removed. It will be accessible to everyone. You pay $69.99 and you get a PNG of Bridget.
They cut out a piece for you to put in a picture of yourself so that you can have the picture of yourself, like put your arm around Bridget's shoulder.
Yeah.
This is, of course, really disappointing because Guilty Gear Strive was already really simplified. And, here's the thing, is that playing Strive, again, in the last, 3 or 4 months, I've been like, you know what? All right. I've gone through all the stages here. I've gone through, hey, I'm excited for this. Ooh, that's a little bit worrying. Okay, well, maybe it's not going to be too bad. Oh, no, I've tried it and it sucks. Oh, no, I've tried it again and it still sucks. Okay, I've tried it a third time, and actually, you know what? I'm fine with this. It is what it is, and we're not getting old Guilty Gear back, so whatever, I can view this as its own thing, right? And now Arxis hits me with the fucking slug through the chest of, okay, we're actually going to take it back to sucking harder. And it's like, why? I mean, I know why, but nonetheless, I'm still upset with you.
See,
well, not really, but disappointed.
Yeah. See, that's once again, I expected nothing, and I got nothing. So I cannot be disappointed when I have. They have done it successfully. I have lowered the ball. I have lowered the bar to hell, and they did not decide to do fucking limbo with Satan. They only did what I expected.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull up the blog real quick because if memory serves, in the same breath that they say they're gonna be nerfing everybody, they do. I forgot. Yeah, a lot of this talk is about Lucy, but nonetheless. They did say they're going to keep adding characters after 2.0, so it's not going to end with RoboKey and JM, which I don't think is a shock to anybody. Strive has printed more money than anything Arxis has done out of DBFZ, possibly even more than DBFZ. So, of course, they want to keep this gravy train rolling. They're keeping DBFZ still rolling.
That's not on them. That's Bandai.
Yeah, that's true. But nonetheless, if memory serves, hang on, I'm looking over it. Okay, they're futzing with Wild Assault. They're nerfing because yada yada yada. I did forget they also said they want to try and make it where there is less of a narrow range of decision making, which hypothetically is a good thing. But if they're going to take it up by nerfing, that raises the question of like, okay, but why?
Like, I mean, there's not gonna be a narrow range of decision making because there will be no decision making. You press jab and you get jab, and you will have nothing else. It's fine. Yeah. It's fun.
We realized Soul players had started to press buttons other than Fafnir, and we realized we made a mistake.
Yeah, we're introducing modern controls. Guilty Gear Strive.
We're introducing stylish controls.
Dynamic.
There you go. That's it. Dynamic. We both fucked up the name at first. I'm in favor of trying to introduce more plans of attack for all the various characters. More Combat 11's number one problem is that everyone has just one thing they want to do. Guilty Gear Strive, I will say, is not as bad as Mortal Kombat 11 in that regard. When I'm playing Potemkin, I don't feel like Pot Buster is the only thing I can do.
You can also Mega Fist.
So I do appreciate you can also Mega Fist. No, fuck you, I ain't doing I ain't pressing Mega Fist. I press Mega Fist only on a misinput, Buster.
Sorry. Well, you can also 6 heavy P.
I didn't realize I made a double meaning there. I meant to say misinput, comma, Buster, as in I was calling you Buster. But it's also accurate that I also only do Mega Fist on misinput Buster. Yeah. All right. Nonetheless, if the strategy is to just, okay, we're going to diversify game plans by nerfing, it's going to be like, okay, so everything's equally weak now. Well.
Like, to me, this is the game going from Street Fighter V to Kohime and Burorarai. So, like, yeah, that's my expectations.
Oh, right!
Yeah?
Okay, this is what I was looking for. They did say that they're going to be adding some new moves, though. Did you see what the 4 characters were that they said are going to be getting new moves?
Leo, Soul, Key, and I forget who else.
Nago.
Yeah.
Now, Nago, I think that's fair. Nago, I look at and it's like, yeah, he could use another move.
Yeah.
Key, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Key seems like he's the most acceptable to go back to basics out of the Guilty Gear cast, but sure, I won't turn down a little bit of spice in that.
Yeah, give him Pizza Savior back.
Sandwich. Oh, did you say Greed Sever?
No, I said Pizza Savior, but yes.
Pizza Savior. Greed Sever, the good old 120 frame unblockable.
Yeah, it's an overhead. Just fucking be low. Oh no, don't be low. The other one.
Just that. There you go. You've done it. You've been Greed Severed.
Yeah.
That might be one of the best fighting game YouTube videos ever. That fucking video I sent you forever ago. He is Greed Severing so far. He's Greed Severing off the screen in orbit. Could not be more obvious. And Slayer still eats it. And Slayer's the perfect one to be eating it because the voice actor, the clip that that plays when he gets hit, of just simply, oh!
Yeah.
Like, it's as close as you can get to a fighting game character getting hit by the world's most obvious overhead and going like Homer Simpson, don't!
Yeah.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if they did add Greed Sever and they didn't get rid of the weird cartwheel kick and it just doesn't do anything now? It's just there as the bad Greed Sever.
Yeah. No, that's they repurposed the animation for that. So now he also gets Demon Flip.
Oh no. We saw everybody complaining that Salt and Potemkin were too strong. So we're looking into fixing this by making Key too strong.
Yeah, we're looking to fixing this by giving Key not only a dragon install, but also the Satsuno Hado. In this update, we give Key a demon flip and also the Shangoku Satsu. He's the only one in the game who has an insta kill now.
We thought about, that's not true. Slayer has an insta kill. But anyways, we thought about it for a little bit and we were like, you know what Key's missing? When he activates Dragon Install, we decided to make it where it now starts playing Bury the Light. Leo Whitefang getting a new move. I'm torn about that because I don't think Leo needed a new move per se, but I understand them wanting to give him something other than Guile, who can also intermix up stance. Yeah. Right? I get where by Guilty Gear standards, that's pretty plain. I felt that way about Leo in Exard of like, this character's strong, but I don't really want to play him because he really has, like, from neutral 3 special moves.
Yeah. See, I personally like Leo because he's like the cursed love child of Kyoku Sanagi and Guile.
Oh, he's a demon. He's a demon.
Yeah, like fucking the free cross up Rekka. Yes, I mean it's not really a Rekka because you can't do combo from it. Well, you can do combo from it, but you can't you can just input the same thing 3 times and get a combo from it. I mean, but like it's the same motion. It's a Rekka in my heart, and like Leo's shit is so like easily linked that it might as well fucking be a Rekka. Let's be honest.
Or alternatively, fuck it, powerbomb.
Yeah.
And I swear, how could the Arxis intern that wrote this blog had to be chuckling, had to just be chortling as he typed down the words, "We've heard you, and we're going to add more moves for Soul Bad Guy."
Yeah.
Oh.
So Soul Bad Guy now has the penance stare. If you put down from his command grab, then he enters the penance stare, whereupon all of the sins of the other player are inflicted as damage to their character.
Right after the other player says, "I don't fuck with Third Strike."
Right after the other player says, "I don't like Guilty Gear Strive."
Mm. You get a flashing, like, half-second image of Ishuatari that fades, overlaid on Soul's face, and it plays the little klaxon from the Prowler theme, right?
Yeah.
Bro. All right.
So yeah.
That's disappointing. On to less disappointing news.
Krauser.
Fucking Krauser, motherfucker.
He's back.
I can't lie.
He's back to play more Blitzball. He loves it.
He loves Final Fantasy
X.
I cannot lie. And when I saw Krauser, I was like, okay, so this has obviously got to be the City of the Wolves Season 2. Some small part of me was like, am I simple enough that this could get me to pick the game up on sale? Not yet. But when he releases, maybe.
That depends. If he has the Ultima Ball from Final Fantasy X, if he did all of Vaka's fucking side missions, then maybe.
Does he have the Blitz Ball that the opponent catches it and they're like, "Oh, I caught it," and then it blows up and their head lands in his lap?
Does he have the Blitz Ball?
Oh, in Yuna's lap.
Does he have the Blitz Ball where he puts it on the ground and then the opponent looks at it and then kicks it like a soccer ball and then they blow up and die?
Yes. And their head lands on Yuna's lap wherever she is.
Yeah.
Oh hell. That's
Uh,
probably what happened to Tidus after Destiny Island and
that is
Kingdom
what
Hearts
happened to
continuity.
Tidus.
I know it's what happened to him in the mainline continuity. I'm saying Kingdom Hearts.
In Kingdom Hearts, I think he just got eaten by the darkness and then fucking died. Somehow. He just never
Probably.
came back.
It burped selfie back up, but it kept Tidus and Waka.
Yeah, Waka is too racist. He must be tormented by the dark.
Waka wound up in the most horrible environment you can imagine. A place full of people with dark skin.
Yeah.
Never mind that Waka, with his accent and his own relatively dark skin, is probably supposed to be Final Fantasy's version of a fucking Jamaican dude. Never mind that. Oh shit.
So yeah. Anyway. He just got
Krauser.
borderline. Yeah, Krauser.
Krauser, hey! So there's two things to bring up here. One, Krauser's back. Hey, cool. Two, Krauser didn't die at the end of Fatal Fury 2.
Yeah, no.
Which is a shock. It also means Krauser attempted suicide and the government watched him do it and were like, nah.
Yeah.
Krauser's trying to pull himself back into the water. No, I want to go!
I wonder how they'll try to redeem Krauser. I forget why he was evil to begin with, honestly, but otherwise, I wonder how they'll try to redeem him. Because apparently, City of the Wolves.
Krauser was never considered that evil to begin with.
Okay. Because from what I understand,
like,
yeah.
He runs the tournament just because Geese was his brother, and at the time they thought Geese was dead. Or no, Geese was his cousin, excuse me.
Yeah.
Because memory serves, Kine is also their cousin. What happened to that family?
I don't know. The evil curse. Ironically, actually. No, genuinely.
But like...
That's why Honshu and the other one show up.
Did you say Khonshu?
Honshu.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Khonshu. I was like, I don't remember bringing Moon Knight into this, but okay.
Yeah, well, that's why the Jin twins, I think. That's what they're called. That's why they show up later. Because the current bloodline, something, scrolls. And then we need to bring back Geese so he can be Nightmare. Or something like that. He needs to find Soul Calibur.
Got to get it from the Mishimas before he can destroy the Psycho engine.
Yeah.
Get over here. All right. Yeah. So hey, Krauser's coming back. That's cool. I like Krauser. He ain't my main, but I enjoy a bit of Krauser from time to time. I forget. Did you ever play Krauser?
Yeah, he's okay. Like anything that I would get out of Krauser, I get out of Rugal. So I don't have a lot of reasons to play Krauser.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's a. Oh, excuse me. I don't play Krauser for Blitzball or for Kaiserwave. I play Krauser for going for the Geese parry, and rather than the Geese parry just being a simple, Randy Orton power slam, it being a full-ass power bomb.
Yeah.
That and the command grab, the Yori swap sides command grab, because it amuses me to hit that every now and then, just because you kind of forget he can do that, so it's always a little bit funny.
Yeah.
Such a weird move. And it doesn't suck for him the same way it does for all Yin and Yang.
Yeah.
And doesn't Fei Long have it too in Street Fighter 4?
I don't remember.
Fei Long. Anyways.
Then the people who make Arcana Heart released the game. Or well, they ported the game to PC. It was arcade exclusive until now. They ported a game to PC that features characters that are not women.
My God.
Called Demon Bride. It is, I think, like $20.
Oh, I see.
It's an air dash shirt that's designed around zoning, is what I heard.
Okay, I've looked this up, and yes, this is very distinctive of the era of 2D fighting games, which is Arxis makes just about half of everything, and a good chunk of what remains is indie games trying to imitate Arxis.
So yeah, that's out. Cool.
Yeah.
Fucking the Project L devs figured out how to put kernel level anti-cheat on consoles, allegedly.
My God.
So, the game is allegedly coming on the 20th of this month.
All right. So that
And-
beta,
Yeah.
apparently this is considered the full launch. So that beta was pretty well just. We're using the word beta because we don't want to make console players feel that bad that they're missing out.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then finally, Katsuhiro Harada has posted that he is dead, which means that he'll be back for Tekken 9, or not Tekken 10, maybe. But yeah, he has retired.
Yep. He has, I believe he spoke about it specifically saying that with the passing of Lord Pizza Face, that it's kind of put things in perspective for him, and there's some things he would like to do before he goes, and he'd rather not die working on Tekken.
Yeah, which, like, honestly, considering the state of Tekken, entirely justified.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, Tekken, we've talked about before at length, that you and I both feel that it peaked 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and those games were real good at that time. So Harada has definitely got it pumped out a strong record there. Oh, excuse me. And it's understandable that he wants to do other things. Shout outs, by the way, to Harada being like, all right, I'm leaving. By the way, here's my mixtape.
Yeah. Allegedly, I heard rumors that he has taken, like, he has actually gone to gigs to DJ since he's retired. So,
well, if memory serves, his retirement post, he said a good bit there. I like DJing music. This has never really come up because I've never had the opportunity to talk about it. Here's my mixtape.
yeah.
And to me, that's the indication of a man who's like, I want to do more music.
Yeah. And I did listen to the mixtape, not all of it, because it's like an hour long. Because it's like, it's not even a Tekken mixtape. He just went, all right, every game I've worked on, I'm gonna make one big medley of. And so it's all the way from like Tekken 3 to currently, I would assume, but it even has Soul Calibur in it because he's worked on Soul Calibur at some point.
Really?
Yeah. Like, up until the part that I heard, that bit definitely had Soul Calibur in it.
It would make sense. He was definitely a producer on some of them. I don't think he worked as like in a non-production capacity though, did he?
I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna look this up real quick. He was definitely a producer on like the last few Soul Cals. He was never a director, that much is for certain.
But yeah, like I remember the bit I'm talking about that really was noticeable to me is that he has a segment where it's all of the good mornings when you boot up the arcade machines, and then it's all of the ones from Tekken that he worked on, and then the last one is Soul Calibur, which is a different thing.
Neat. He was co-director on Soul Cal 4.
Ah.
And then executive advisor on Soul Cal 6, which is considerably less embarrassing.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't have his name anywhere on Soul Cal 5, which I think most people would consider the biggest embarrassment in the series. Though, have we talked before about the obviously Soul Cal 5 is an embarrassment for a lot of reasons. I personally would much rather play Soul Cal 5 than Soul Cal 4 because at least Soul Cal 5 feels okay to play.
Yeah. I mean, say what you want about Soul Calibur 5, some of the newcomers, the actual newcomers, not the ones that are reskins, but the actual newcomers are okay. They're fine. I liked Zwei and Viola.
Zwei and Viola were not necessarily my style, but, and this may make me a dirty fucker, I did like Ezio quite a bit, and I liked, God, what was it, Patroclus Alpha?
Who is just Setsuko, yes.
Well, that is true. I forget that every time you say that. Oh, shit. So, God, yeah, that was bad. And Raphael was Nightmare. Why?
Raphael was Nightmare? I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember that?
No.
In Soul Calibur 5, Nightmare was Raphael. That was Raphael under the armor.
Oh, alright. Sure.
And, at some point in the Soul Calibur 5 story, I think Pyrrha beats Nightmare and she gets Soul Edge. Which, could have been interesting that it's the sibling who was a good person is the one who winds up getting corrupted by Soul Edge, and the sibling who was a shitty person is the one who picks up Soul Calibur and actually winds up fighting for good. But they don't handle it they handle it like that uncomfortable way where you can't tell it. Okay, Patroclus seems like he's supposed to be a shitty person because you see him and he's a huge racist participating in a literal genocide at the start of the game. And he loves it, and he's having a great time doing it. And then he picks up Soul Calibur and fights for justice. There's no middle stage of, should I be a better person? There's no point where he's picked up Soul Calibur and someone says, you are a horrible person to be picking up Soul Calibur. And Patroclus is like, whatever, I'll earn this. It's just straight from I love racism to I have the sword of ultimate goodness. And Pyrrha, if memory serves, they never commit to making her bad with Soul Edge either. She just cries a lot because the sword is evil. And there you go.
Yeah, she cries a lot because the sword is evil and it makes her sound like she has a voice modulator on.
And you're looking at this and you're going man, you remember when the first set of Soul Calibur games by that initial director had an actually good story where Siegfried had an interesting plotline of corruption and redemption?
You look at this and you go, man, remember when Cassandra and Pyrrha were just fucking background characters and didn't fucking matter?
Yeah. You remember when Pyrrha and Patroclus existed solely so that Sophidia would have to participate in every Soul Calibur game?
Yeah. Oh, not Pyrrha, yeah, Sophidia. That's the other one.
Sophidia's job every fucking game was, my kids!
Yeah, Sophidia's job is my kids or my sister.
Wasn't Cassandra usually the one that was like, my sister?
I don't remember. They're the same character. Only one of them is more promiscuous. Why the fuck do they exist?
Hey! She's Greek. She can't help it, okay? Cassandra's the bigger weirdo for wearing clothes. Look at Astaroth, right? He's from Greece as well. Look at him. He got the message. Naked, except for a Speedo and straps.
I'm not talking about the way they dress. I'm talking about the fact that one of them has two grabs, I think, when they sit on your face.
I forgot about that. I thought you were talking about the fact that for one thing, Sophidia wears way less clothes, and for another thing, the fact that Sophidia has kids.
No, one of them. I don't remember which, because once again, they are the same fucking character. I don't care. But one of them, I know that one of them has regular ass grabs that you'd expect, and the other one has fucking Peach Surprise from Armika. But even less, because see, Peach Surprise by Armika, if memory serves, is just suggestive. She's like, hey, I know what sex is, and then she does a Hurricanrana. Or something else, Anton, I forget. This one is just the fucking, the DOA grab for Kasumi, where she's like, alright, I'm gonna make you eat my pussy and then sit on your face.
Yes, the Hurricane Rana where she stays mounted.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense because it requires them to do a full fucking front flip to just eat the move.
Yeah. You should really just transition it into a Canadian destroyer. Imagine that.
Oh man, yeah, that I feel like I do kind of remember that. It's iffy to say because I remember as a kid, Cassandra was one of the ones I played quite a bit. I don't remember her doing that. At the same time, like my usual Japan perv senses say, that's the sort of thing they give to the less pervy character, the less pervy girl, right?
I
Like
don't think so in this
some
case. Like I think it was whatchamacallit. It was consistent.
okay, so it would have been Sophidia then.
Yeah.
Because Sophidia was the one that in Soul Calibur 4 is wearing just sheer straps of white cloth over her boobs that are barely covering anything. And like everybody talks about Soul Calibur 4 Ivy's outfit, and understandably, because holy hell, that was egregious. But everyone just kind of blows right over. Sophidia is like wearing nothing in that game.
Nothing
All
at
it would
all.
take is a
Nothing at
light
all.
splash of
Nothing at
water.
all.
All it would logically take is a slight movement of the wind, and she would be topless. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's the Xbox 360, so she has that shit glued on.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh god, Soul Calibur 4 was bad.
Yeah.
All right, back to Harada.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about Harada leaving Tekken on the previous FGA as well, so...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is just the confirmation. I mean, well, not the
Yeah.
confirmation. This is just it actually occurring because he was saying he's going to retire at the end of the year, and 2025 ended.
Yes.
Whew. Well, all right. Guy, what's the appropriate... Godspeed, you magnificent bastard. There we go. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. All right. I also have a topic. I'm not sure how
right.
much we'd get out of this, but I suppose it's an interesting or question. So, in the current landscape, would you say, are patches meant to make games balanced or make them fresh?
Ooh, okay. This is a... this is, I think, a matter of... Okay, when we talk about what you want out of patches, are we talking about what you want out of patches versus what you think game devs are actually shooting for?
I think what you think games should be shooting for in this context.
Oh, boy. Should be is a big question. I can say what I want, but in terms of should be, the truth be told, I think that both matter for different kinds of players.
Yeah.
I think that there are definitely some players who really want the patches to keep changing the game because they want to keep playing the same game for years, but they don't want to keep playing the same game for years. If you catch my drift, right? They want to log in to the same application every day for the next 4 years, but they don't want to be playing a game that feels the same on day 700 as it does on day 1.
Yeah.
And for those people, it is better to have the philosophy that patches change the game balance. Now, with that said, I have a mild form of the variety of anxiety that causes one to have a perfectly frozen collection that never changes and never moves. For the most part, I don't fret about this too much because I know that's not a realistic expectation. But nonetheless, it does perturb me when that happens because there are going to be some instances of fighting games where the balance is chef's kiss, mwah, this is in great position, and the devs are like, you know what, let's spice things up just for shits, right?
Yeah.
I have not played Fighter Z in a year, but when I played Fighter Z quite a bit, when I put loads of hours into practice mode and played dicked around a bit in single player, some year or two ago, Fighter Z was in a really, 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 really good state. It was right after the patch where they finally smacked Lab Coat 21 and the fusions with the Nerf bat and handed out some buffs to a few people who needed them, like I think Nappa or somebody. And Fighter Z was in a state where it felt like everyone could cook. And I was like, sweet, this is great. I have not played Fighter Z since the notorious rollback patch where they were like, hey, you know what? We've lost our fucking minds. Let's just make it where fucking Android 16 can now combo into the suicide bomb. That goofy joke move that we... Oh, did I not tell you about that?
No, you did. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, that fucking goofball move that is 100% supposed to be the I am just having a laugh move. Because if you could combo into it, it would be the stupidest shit on the planet. Let's make it where you can combo into that. And not very difficult either. If memory serves, he doesn't take it like just about any meter to combo into it. And let's just do wacky shit like that across the whole fucking roster. I have not been back to Fighter Z since.
If you do the suicide bomb move, but you enable sparking, then 16 doesn't die, but the opponent does.
So the thing is, it doesn't kill 16. It just reduces him to 1%.
Yeah, I forgot.
As long as you don't get hit, and from there on out you just do TODs, you can still finish the match on 16.
Yeah.
But, which there are some 16 mains that are capable of doing that. You know, Lythero has like fucking 12 videos of him playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z with his friends. They're like an hour long each. And all of them, if Lythero is playing Android 16, it is just Android 16 pile driving people into the dirt infinitely. There are people who just do that. But nonetheless, I have not played Fighter Z since they've done that. I'm sure I am not at nearly a high enough skill level with that game for it to be a huge problem. But nonetheless, it does stick in my craw a little bit that Fighter Z was in a state where pretty well everyone was in agreement of like, hey, it's actually balanced. Holy shit. This feels like everyone's viable. This is good shit. And nonetheless, Bamco and Arxis came back and were like, let's get a little wacky in here.
Yeah.
So my philosophy is that the point of patches is if somebody is so strong they're making the game boring, you smack them with a Nerf bat. If someone's so weak that they don't feel like they're even worth picking up and playing, you give them, you pop them up on a little, you take a little bit of that steroid and you jam it right up their ass, right?
Yeah.
But I am not personally a fan of the patches exist solely to turn this game into another game so that the fans feel like they're getting a whole other game for their value philosophy.
Yeah.
So there's my stance on it. What do you think?
I think it's like heavily context sensitive. Because, you know, on one hand you have Fighter Z where like the patch that you talked about, like people liked that patch and it didn't throw its course. So like, you know, them changing shit up was bad. Because, you know, that. And then on the other hand, you have Street Fighter 6. Where it's like...
Street Fighter 6 is...
Yeah?
Street Fighter 6, the patches are so few and far between.
And they do fucking nothing. like the big patch. The big patch that was supposed to happen at the... Like, so how Street Fighter does it, I saw someone break it down. And how Street Fighter 6 does it is that there's two major patches and then, you know, smaller ones that are basically hotfixes. There's one at like the start of the season and there's one at the end of the year. So the latest big patch that was scheduled, numbered the same way and shit, touches like 4 characters and none of them are in ways that people have been complaining about, or even like addresses the same issues that people have been complaining about at all.
Okay.
Because it's like, you know, people are like, Ryu is overtuned. Mai is unfun to fight because she's so strong that like why the fuck would you play any other Shoto? Maybe Ryu, but you know. That stuff, you know, throw loops are unfun to watch and unfun to play against. Stuff like that. Nah, that's like I forget what they did exactly. It was like Elena has like a one less cancel that she can do now. I think all they did with Mai is that make it so she can like no, what they did with Mai is that now you can parry her EX fan and it gives you the parry meter back. That's it. And then
right,
stuff like this. But it's like, all right, we made this job go from 6 frames to 5. And this is the big patch for the next 6 months. And then they touched 4 characters. 4. And like Street Fighter 6, I remain by this because it's true to me. But Street Fighter 6 is very fucking close to perfection. Like Street Fighter 6 is very close to what the higher end for Street Fighter is, quality-wise, in my opinion. But they refuse to take the 1 or 2 steps to actually get there, Like they would need 1 or 2 very big patches that overhaul shit. And then just do bug fixes and tuning after that to make it so it's not, broken.
The thing is, I think that in like a year, they probably will finally get around to smacking Ryu and Mai, which got... Is this the fucking first Street Fighter game where they have to smack Ryu?
Maybe.
Like, I feel like every other game, it's been, oh, Ryu sucks. Like, just pick Ken.
Yeah.
But they did eventually, to a certain degree, figure out how to chill people out on Ken and JP. And Geef got smacked with the bat. Geef did get smacked. So they're not opposed to smacking somebody. I do question to a certain degree in some cases, Ryu in particular, if there are times where it's like, no, we intend it to be like this. Because throw loops, I don't think are going to go because I think they want throw loops to exist. At that point, it is not a question of like, would you prefer for patches to introduce a new game to try and change the beta to spice things up or to buff or nerf things? At that point, what you're wanting from patch is, I want the game to have a different fucking playing direction than what you're planning, assholes.
I mean, sometimes the thing is, like, you have to just look at Metroid. Sometimes the artistic vision is fucking shit. And you have to correct it.
Did you say Metroid?
Yeah.
Okay, Other M, right, because that actually was from the main dude behind Metroid, despite what people would think. That was not entirely Ninja Theory's fault. That was honestly the Metroid guy not understanding what people like about Samus.
Yeah, like that is Metroid Other M is genuinely what the original creator of Metroid wants Metroid to be. And then people didn't like that, and he went, okay, my bad. and then since then, Metroid hasn't been that. So, like, and the difference here is that Metroid Other M came out for the Nintendo GameCube and didn't have patches. And also, the whatchamacallit, the issues with...
the GameCube?
What?
Other M didn't come out for the GameCube.
Okay, I don't fucking know which console it was on then.
I believe the Wii U, though it might have been a late Wii title. I'm looking it up.
All right.
It was for both the Wii and the Wii U.
Okay. But either which way, my point is that, like, the issues that people had with Other M were intrinsically a part of the game. They are not just like, here's this part of the game design, or here's this, character, the way they were written, or whatever. Like, the character, if the problem was how the character was written, you can't fucking fix that in post. There is no, we'll call the fucking voice actor back and just redo the entire storyline.
Well, there have been a few instances of patches changing game plots.
But yeah, but that's a lot of effort and more than you'd expect. But with throw loops in Street Fighter, it's just slightly adjust the way you balance the game.
That is very true. Just because I have it on the mind, though, I do want to mention that time one of the Tomb Raider games changed the plot by using a patch to remove an entire cutscene.
What I missed that?
Do you remember that? Was it Shadow or Rise that was the last out of the totally not Katniss trilogy of Tomb Raider games?
I don't fucking know.
Whichever one was the last one of the modern reboot trilogy of Tomb Raider games, the ending of the game at launch had Lara get a letter from the villain of the initial classic Tomb Raider, like Tomb Raider 1996 Tomb Raider, going like, hey, I want you to go looking through this South American city for an artifact for me. Which the cutscene inherently meant, oh, surprise, the modern reboot trilogy is actually prequel trilogy to the classic Tomb Raiders. And like on a day one patch, they removed the cutscene because they said, actually, we don't want these to be part of the same canon timeline.
Nice.
The game shipped like that. And people who didn't play with the day one patch honestly beat the game and were like, what? It's a prequel?
Nice.
Oh, hell.
But yeah, so like, you know, my thing is that like throw loops are not to me, like, I don't know, obviously I'm not I don't work at Capcom, I'm not in the fucking meetings, but like throw loops don't seem like that intrinsically like fucking bunkered in to the game design of Street Fighter 6 to where they cannot be replaced with something that isn't fucking toxic for the game. You know? And like, this isn't like, you know, immediately your thought is that, like, oh, like, I'm just salty about throw loops. I haven't played Street Fighter 6 online in a fucking year, at least. Probably more. but also, I was never at the level where throw loops were a genuine problem. But I did try to watch Street Fighter 6 Evo, like a year ago. Probably the last Evo as well, I forget. Whatever. But genuinely, it is just unfun to watch. Like, sure, there's a mix-up there. There's gameplay there for the people who play the game. But if they want to make it a spectator sport, well, it fucking sucks for the spectator when the entire thing is just people dancing in the corner. And sometimes they switch places, you know?
Hey, you know what? On this occasion, I'm going to choose not to say, Capcom, you should make this choice because it makes it bad to spectate. Because we need to focus on making this as spectatable as possible philosophy was how we got Street Fighter 5.
Oh, true, definitely. But at the same time, like it's from what I hear of people who are actually facing throw loops as a problem. Like, throw loops are unfun to fight, they are unfun to do, and they are unfun to watch. There is no upsides to this for the player base.
Oh, hell. You know, the only explanation I've heard that made sense to me was they want drive parry to stay in the position it is, as strong as it is.
But then they nerfed it.
They did nerf it. But it still is in a position where you could hypothetically on wake up drive parry anything.
And sure, and you can also fucking touch off death people with Chip Zenith if you were a robot. Like,
right, but not like frame perfect actual drive perfect parry. Just the generic drive parry of I'm holding the buttons, right?
I guess. I mean, that has a lot of startup and a lot of cooldown, even if you parry someone, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't played Street Fighter 6 in quite a while, but then it is a thing of like it's hypothetical perfect defense as long as you don't get thrown, so I get that. So that's the part that has made sense to me for why they want to keep throw loops, other than just simply whether or not Capcom is like, we want throw loops in because it makes it where people just stay on you after you get knocked down.
Yeah, I mean, like, throw loops to me just seems like fucking, like, you know. Once again, I don't fucking see through the game design perfectly, like I assume, or at least hope that the devs would, but they, you know, if there was just more pushback, maybe. Like, just make it so it doesn't loop. You can still enter or drive parry with the throw, but you can just fucking go, all right, I'm gonna just stand here, and then sometimes I will do like one pixel's worth of backdash, and then I will throw you again for fucking 20 minutes, and then that's the round.
Ugh. Whew. All right.
So
Outside of instances where it is okay.
Yeah.
In instances where there is not a particular picadillo you have with the fighting game, of a particular design choice you dislike with the fighting game. Outside of instances of that, how do you feel about the point of patches is to balance things versus the point of patches to give you a whole new game, to freshen up the experience?
I think once again it comes down to the context. Like, are they tuning numbers or are they adding a new mechanic? You know, because
Yeah.
if it's tuning numbers, then I don't think it's worth the effort. Well, it depends. You know, is someone very OP or someone very underpowered? Then they should get tweaked either way to make it so they're not as to fight against either way, or fight with or against, whatever. But I do think that there is a merit to every once in a while being like, hey, here's a handful of new moves for these characters. Like they get a move each. Here's a new game mechanic. But then this is like, I don't know, like you should start doing this in like year 3 of the game at the earliest.
Yeah. Which was that not around the time the Guilty Gear started adding new moves?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, like to me that makes the most sense. That's the most like that's the most positive way to do it for everyone involved, because introducing newer stuff increases player retention. But also, depending on how crazy you get with it, like you shouldn't get too crazy with it, because then that will drive people off. And also, if you're just like, hey, here's like 4 more bars, then I don't think people will be like, okay, cool, I'll be sure to get on that.
Oh shit.
Like you can introduce the grid meter, but you can't introduce the grid meter and also burst and also fucking stamina and the run meter and I don't know what else.
Yeah.
In the same patch, you need to space those out so it's like, all right, year 3 we get the grid meter. Fucking I don't know, like year 5 we get stamina.
We get the combo meter going, where it's how much combo meter you can fill before the opponent is allowed to do a combo breaker.
Yeah, year 7 you had aggressor.
We're gonna do like Street Fighter 4. There are 2 super meters, because there's super meter and there's also ultra meter.
Yeah.
We got V trigger. We got fucking Mortal Kombat Trilogy, the aggressor gauge.
I already said that. I already said year 7 you had the aggressor.
Ah shit. Look, I slept for 3 hours, okay? Who are you?
And then what else could you add? The Soul Calibur clothes burst mechanic. We had that in year 8.
Oh god. We got Tekken Rage. Oh, got
Rage, Heat, fucking the Beast Meter. That's year 9. The year 10 we had stands.
Okay, we got from Blaze Blue, we got the overdrive meter, which is separate from the burst meter.
Yes.
And underneath overdrive from Blaze Blue, we've got Instinct from Killer Instinct. That's right, you've got 2 installs per character.
Yeah. No, Beast Meter. Everyone can also turn into an animal.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, we got that too. And from Persona, you've got a Persona and you've got like the appropriate amount of Persona cards.
Year 15 of the game, we introduced Group Select. But it works like Mugen, where you pick a character and then while the fucking run start is playing, you just choose which groove you want to use.
The more buttons you press, the more meters you get.
Yeah, no, that's the. We also had the fucking Mortal Kombat secret codes to the loading screen, so you can mash buttons to get fucking buffs.
And turn off blood.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Like what we're discussing here is effectively a fighting game equivalent of that one GIF that is for some reason Doom guy in Super Mario 64 starting world fighting like the fucking sword brother ghost dude from Dark Souls 3.
Sure.
And he's got like the Lego UI and also the Overwatch UI and also the Fortnite UI all going on at the same time.
Yeah.
You know the GIF I'm talking about, don't you?
No.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find it. You give me a moment.
All right. But yeah, like, I think, patching should be case by case like that. But you should, like, if there is enough bitching about the player base, you should at least look at what they're bitching about and go, okay, what makes them dissatisfied with this? And like, once again, at least with throw loops, like somehow I don't look at throw loops and go, all right, yeah, the reason that people are complaining about this is because drive parry is too strong.
Yeah, there was a minute where people were complaining about drive parry being too strong.
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
fine
by
now.
now.
Yeah, now that they nerfed it, it's fine from what I hear, which is, good. But there's other problems too.
Ugh. I gotta say, this is one of those really awkward GIFs to look. Oh, wait. Hang on, I actually think I found it.
All right.
Oh, it's not working.
Oh,
so
cool.
Honestly, the picture on its own still says a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I've got the GIF. Oh, is it not going to load in?
No.
It's not going to embed. Fuck. God damn. Discord hates this GIF because I was able to find it through Google just fine, but Discord's GIF search couldn't find it. Like, I guess some GIFs that are run through Giphy and 10 are just don't embed with Discord properly, so Discord gets pissy about them. I don't know. But nonetheless, I always appreciate that one because every time I see that GIF pop up, there's always something.
I also like the Mario Kart first.
The Mario Kart first is great. I'm a big fan of the fact that it's specifically Qui-Gon Jinn hanging out in the top left corner.
Yeah.
Because it leaves you questioning, is Qui-Gon Jinn in the Doom guy suit, or is Qui-Gon Jinn just watching like he's a reactor on one of these reality shows that aforementioned?
Yeah. What is the map on the top right? Which game is that from? Because I know it's familiar, but I don't know which one it is. Definitely.
It's not from any game I've played, but I can't explain why. I'm getting RuneScape vibes from it.
Maybe.
Oh, good lord, I just noticed underneath the health and shield meter, there's also the Minecraft inventory and XP and bar.
Oh, yeah.
Little food left. But yes, I've grown quite used to going to various gaming communities, and anytime a picture gets posted of a modern AAA game and the 8 bazillion UI elements you have going on there, somebody will post that GIF without fail.
See, I was gonna say, bitches will post this GIF and say that it's Ubisoft games because they haven't played Ubisoft games in 15 years.
Yeah.
No, now it's Destiny. Don't you love Destiny?
Yeah.
I love using my controller to use a cursor.
Oh yeah. Oh hell,
And I also hate
Oh.
minimaps. I love not being able to find my fucking way. Glory, the joy of exploration.
Oh boy, and like Destiny is like in this position. I don't understand what Destiny like. Sony must be dumping more money than God into those games. Because every time I hear about Destiny, it is Destiny lost $8 bazillion this year.
Yeah. Destiny
Like, I'm not.
Destiny has made $15 Destiny dollars this year alone.
This year, in order to keep Destiny propped up, the Sony CEO ran out of interns to sacrifice and had to slit his own wrists upon the Aztec blood altar.
No, I don't know what their game plan is
He turns back to Bungie, and as he's cutting his wrists into the fucking blood altar to Quetzalcoatl, he just turns back into the Bungie and says, "Earn this."
See, the thing is, Sony, from what I understand, currently what's happening with Sony and Bungie is that Sony is trying to find the best way for them to legally sacrifice the leadership at Bungie to get the Quetzalcoatl.
Oh no! When they got Bungie, did they sign some kind of deal of like the leadership, the like fucking director and president of Bungie is invincible contract?
No. They when they got Bungie, they signed a contract that says that Bungie is basically independent, except asterisk in these cases, and then this is true as long as Bungie makes X amount of money each year. Bungie has failed to make X amount of money this year, from what I understand, so currently they are getting fucking decapitated. Maybe. Because like, especially with what happened with Concord. Not Concord, the other one. Marathon. That's the one. So what happened with Marathon is that Bungie was like, we're gonna be remaking our old game. It's gonna make more $1 billion. Just trust us. And then Sony went, okay, cool. I'll invest $40 million into advertising. And then it turned out that Bungie stole the out assets for Marathon. And so Sony went,
Oh.
So Sony went, you know what, that 40 million, let's just forget about it. Your whole life will be enough to sustain me.
What a mess.
Yeah. So like there's $40 million worth. At least that's the number I remember being thrown around. But there's roughly $40 million worth of Marathon advertising that Sony has called off. And they explicitly said, we are not advertising this game anymore. It will sell as much as it will sell its own power, and we will not help it whatsoever. And basically, from what I understand, Bungie's future as a company hangs on Marathon. So I think they're fucked.
Oh boy, that's not great. Cause like Marathon and the new Marathon and the new Perfect Dark both got announced at the same time. And both of them, I was like, oh, hey, that's cool. They're bringing back, like, okay, Marathon was one of the more experimental classic FPSs, one of the more experimental boomer shooters, one of the first to be story focused. So that's a cute idea. Perfect Dark, that's the between stage between GoldenEye and Time Splitter. So why not? Let's have some fun. And both of them very quickly turned out to be, so yeah, these have nothing to do with the original games. We just needed to put an established license on the name. We're not allowed to make games that are in the spirit of the original games. And I was like, oh, I don't care. And then after that, it's followed up by, so yeah, the new Perfect Dark is canceled, and the new Marathon, we don't know what's happening, but it's going really badly. Really, really badly.
Bill
Shit's
Gates,
on fire, yo.
yeah, Bill Gates personally shot everyone who worked on the You Perfect Dark. The main chick's voice actress barely escaped with her life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, things are happening everywhere. Fighting
Oh
games.
boy. Fighting games, you know what? I'm gonna say this may be a dire statement. Fighting games were.
Perhaps.
Oh!